Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the second module of the lesson, The Forest Lake. In this module, you will enhance your vocabulary and you will also be able to comprehend the story. Now, let's revisit. Let's go back to our last class. Let me ask you a few questions. First one, how was Tarzan different from his brothers and sisters? Second one, how did Tarzan spend his time as he grew older? Third question, what do you mean by feral children? And fourth question, what was the solution Tarzan found to get rid of his difference? Fifth one, why was Tarzan shocked? Now try answering these questions, and if you are able to answer them, you have comprehended your last module and you have read your textbook. Now let's move on to our story. Let's continue. Instead, he raised his voice in the call of distress common to his tribe. Almost immediately, there came an answer from the distance, and presently 40 or 50 great apes swung rapidly through the trees towards the pool. In the lead was Kala, his mother, for she had recognized the voice of her child. Though more powerful than the apes, the lioness did not want to meet these angry adults. With a snarl of hatred, she sprang quickly into the bushes and disappeared. Tarzan quickly swam to shore and climbed onto dry land. The feeling of freshness which the cool waters had imparted to him filled him with surprise and gratefulness. And after he missed no chance to take a daily swim in a lake or a stream or ocean when it was possible to do so. For a long time, Kala could not understand this, for though her people could swim when forced, they did not like to enter water voluntarily. Tarzan remembered the adventure with the lioness for days afterwards. Adventures like these added excitement to his daily life. Otherwise, it was just a dull round of search for food, eating and sleeping. So, in the last module, we know that Tarzan was in a danger. He was standing on the bank of a river, and just behind him, Sabor the lioness was waiting to spring onto him. But he took a timely action. He jumped into the water. He had no other choice than jumping into the water, though he did not know swimming. But when he tried to move his hands here and there, he was so surprised that he could move in the water. And so he just moved in the water. He knew somewhere inside, he knew something about swimming. So he was standing, he stayed in the water for a long time because he did not have any intention of going back to the lioness. He did not want to go back and be the prey of the lioness. So he was in the water and he made some sounds, which was common it was a common communication signal among his tribes, means among the apes, among the monkeys. Almost immediately there came a sound back. They understood, his tribe people understood that he was in danger, and there came the sound, and the lead sound was his mother's. His mother, Kala, had recognized his voice very fast. Actually, the lioness was more powerful than the apes, but she did not want to go into a fight with all these group of people. See, when they are united, they might have more strength than the lioness, all these apes together. So, with a snarl of hatred means a low angry sound which made while showing one's teeth. Okay, when you bite your teeth and make a noise of hatred that is called snarl. And we came across another word, call of distress, which means sound made to tell someone that you are in trouble. Okay, so and she went back to the bushes and disappeared. Tarzan quickly swam to the shore and climbed onto the land. He was feeling so fresh when he was in the water. He loved that feeling, and from that day onwards, every day, every chance he got to be in the river, to take a bath in the river, he used it. He did not miss any chance because he loved the water from that day onwards. All these years, he did not know how fresh and cool is being in the water. But today he came to know about that. But Kala, the apes, even though they can swim, but they never liked water. They did not like to go to the water. So Kala was thinking, my other children, my family, we don't like to go to the water on our own. If we are forced only, we'll go into the water. Why does Tarzan go to the water? She did not understand. Then many days after, Tarzan was thinking about his adventure with the lioness. So it added to his excitement. He loved such experiences because otherwise he did not have anything exciting, anything creative to do. So all such kinds of adventures created a good excitement in him. So that's all about Tarzan. Wasn't that interesting? It's a very good story. You can read the complete story of Tarzan from the book Tarzan of the Apes. You can read it completely, Tarzan's Adventures. So that's the story. Now let's see how much you have understood the story. Let's answer these questions. First question, why did Tarzan cover himself with mud? What happened after he did it? Next one, what was Tarzan doing at the lake? Third question, how did Sabor hunt Tarzan? Fourth question, why did Tarzan stay in the lake? Fifth question, why did the lioness run back into the jungle? Sixth question, why was Kala so puzzled by Tarzan's love for swimming? Now, next what you have to do is, you have to find the sentences in the text that support these statements. Tarzan and the apes were not similar in appearance. You have to find a sentence from your textbook which means the same as this. Next one is, it was on a hot and humid day that Tarzan was thirsty and went to the lake. Third one, Tarzan was not frightened by Sabor's scream. Fourth one, the apes did not like to swim in the lake. Now, this is your think and answer. This question you have to think and answer yourself. You have to work out on your imagination and you have to think about it and write the answers. Next is, this is an exercise you have to do. The theme is the main idea or meaning of a text. We can understand the theme of a text through the thoughts and feelings of the characters or through the actions that take place in a text. For example, family is one of the themes in the Forest Lake. The lines on the next page tell you how Tarzan and his family loved and protected each other. These lines, see the boxes. In the boxes you have two lines. From that you understand that he loved his family. Tarzan and his family loved each other. As he grew older, he spent hour upon hour speeding through the treetops with his brothers and sisters. These lines tells us that he had enjoyment with his brothers and sisters. He enjoyed with his brothers and sisters. Next line is, in the lead was Kala, his mother, for she had recognized the voice of a child. So when she came to know that her child was in danger, she was very much concerned. The leading voice was his mother's because she was very much concerned about her child. Now, read these sentences from the text. What is the theme they both suggest? They often marveled at his cleverness, but in strength and size, he was no match for them. Next one is, he was nearly 10 before he started to realize that a great difference existed between himself and his brothers and sisters. So, from these lines, you have to understand, you have to find out what the theme is. So, you have to find more lines which has the same theme as these sentences. Next is your TMLA. This is, you have to find the meanings of the words in the brackets and fill in the blanks according to the correct word that comes in the sentence. Means it should be fitting, the meaning of the word should be fitting to the sentence. So first what you have to do is, you have to find the meanings of the words in the boxes. Creep, strut, sneak, sprint, march, tiptoe. You have to find the meanings of all these words from the dictionary. And once you get the meanings, just fill in the blanks with these words which are apt in meaning for the sentences. That's it. Now this is another TMLA. What you have to do is, you have to write an interview with Tarzan. Tarzan has lived with apes his entire childhood. As a 12-year-old, he visits a village for the first time and sees other humans. Imagine you have the chance to interview him about his strange new experiences. What would you ask him? What would he say? You can start like this. Interviewer: Tarzan, when you visited the village, did you realize that the humans were just like you? Tarzan: I was 10 years old when I first realized that I did not look like my ape brothers and sisters. When I visited the village, now you have to complete this. You have to write an interview with Tarzan. At least 3 or 4 conversations must be there. 3 or 4 interactions must be there. Okay. Thank you, my dear children. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Take care.